Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Believe it or not, it is Tuesday, August 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern. You're watching the most radical stream on the internet, in my opinion. I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I think we might maybe try to take some call-ins or something. I don't know. I'm undecided. But I was scrolling through, seeing who's live. And I was like, I feel like there's some streaming capital to be grabbed onto tonight. What's up, Cop Watcher? Good to see you, buddy. What's on your mind? How you doing? How was your Tuesday? We on that wiener dog type shit. That's what I'm saying, man. He's sleeping over here. He's knocked out from a run. But we are always on that BB Umbreon type shit. Should go through and post in all the different discords I'm in. I usually don't do the whole self-promo thing. I usually only like self-promo in my own server, but let's go through. Hey, Sarcastic Saint. Doing well. How are you, buddy? Feel free to donate and kick me from my own show. I'm just going through all the Discord servers I'm in and just posting in the self-promo section right now. See how many people we can get in here. So sound off in the chat if you come from one of the servers that I'm currently self-promoting in. Let me know. Or just sound off if you're popping in anyway. Come say hi. Tell me how you're doing on this fine Tuesday evening. What's up, a couple of Burks? How you guys doing tonight? Thanks for the kind words on your stream earlier. Very much appreciated. Make sure you all like the stream as you're coming in. Like that stream. Get in the algorithm. We're getting pretty close to 1,000 subscribers. And I think it's time to push. It's time to do the official push to 1,000 subs. I don't know exactly what that push needs to look like, but it's time to make it. It's time to get over the cusp, you know? Like, this is the moment. Maybe not tonight, but maybe tonight. Who knows? Oh, hell yeah. Good, man, but it's Wednesday here. It's all good, dude. Thanks for forgiving me. Yeah, I guess it is Wednesday there. How's the future? You got KO Dave. What's up, buddy? How you doing? How is everyone doing? I think Abe is there now. Yeah, I saw he had a big stream last night. / this morning. Why stop at 1,000? Let's aim for a milli. That's a good point, Cop Watcher. It's just like it's just like a hump, you know? It's like a, I don't know. It's like it's the current goal. Once we get to 1,000, then the next goal is, you know, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. But yeah, you're right, Cop Watcher. We got to aim big. Shoot for the stars. Radical Coder stocks go into the fucking moon. I like that attitude. We got big plans, big things to do. You know, we gotta make our impact. Cop Watcher's been. You guys don't know. A lot of you are new to the Radical Coder sphere, but not Cop Watcher. Not Cop Watcher. Cop Watcher is an OG. Cop Watcher's been around since 2023. Been one of my mods since the good old days, back when I was streaming the first push that I made. When's the burning of the flag here? I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to go to jail. Apparently I get a year in jail if I burn a flag, so oldie but a goodie. That's right. 1,000 thousands. That is what a million is, right? That's true. What's up, Nuxus? Came to drop a like. I may be back. We hope you are. We hope you are back. Yeah, Andrew stopped by and he's like, "Who is this Abe guy? And what is it? Why is he my recommended?" I was like, "Fuck you, Andrew. Damn." He should know who Abe is. I feel like he's been on panels with him a few times. Abe's pretty memorable. But yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Andrew popping on the channel. Once again, how is everyone doing on this fine Tuesday? It was a beautiful evening. A beautiful night to be a coder. Or to be watching a coder. Bonfires are a great way to bond. Yes, bonfires where we burn American flags and go to prison for it. I don't want to go to prison. It'll be for like talking shit about the administration in a couple years when they really crack down on us, the radical left. I feel like it's only a matter of time. But for now I'm safe. Let's see if we can drop in the Raging Tomato server. I'm just going through all my Discords that I'm in. I'm just telling everybody to come watch. Unless they're live right now. I don't want to pull from the people who are live currently. So I'll save them. A great way to bond indeed, especially over the charred remains of glory, of old glory. True. What are you up to tonight? I'm not sure yet. I might take some call-ins later. Feeling a little chatty. Just want to see what's on everyone's minds. Maybe we'll have like an open panel later. I do like doing those little open panels, you know. Good to see you, Fluzzy B. We know you're a radical coder, but do you consider yourself a radical leftist? If so, why? I think I do. Although the word radical there, I feel like is quite poisoned in a lot of ways. I don't consider myself like a violent revolutionary. But I do think I have like radical left politics, I think. Like I'm very sympathetic to a lot of people on the far left. I tend to feel the vibes from the far left tend to match my frequency. Speaking of vibes, we got Vibe right here. Thumbs up this man. So true. So true. I literally just went to bed. No problem, buddy. We'll bring you on next time. What do you think? You guys think I shouldn't call myself the radical left? Do you think the well's too poisoned there? I think I'm gonna do it anyway. Also, I feel like radical can just mean like cool, you know? I don't think it has to mean like. I feel like, again, I just feel like there's a lot of bad vibes around the word radical, but I'm trying to take it back. I'm taking back the word radical. Radical with the hard R. That's where I'm at. Definitely thumbs up. Definitely thumbs up. Definitely say hi on your way in. Let me know. Let me know when you're here. Let me know where you came from. I'm posting in all these different servers right now. I usually only post in my own server. Just tell everyone that I'm here. Radical is fine as long as it's not brain dead radical. I feel like I don't know where that line is, or if it's only on one side of the aisle. What's up, Nicody? Good to see you, buddy. Since I am called a boomer now, you are kind of a boomer vibe. I consider myself a rock and roll coder. That's a very boomer coded statement. This message screams boomer. I know people call themselves a radical left. They're just Obama-style politics enjoyers. It's so meaningless a term. Yeah. I think I'm to the left of Obama. I think. I don't know. I wasn't really into. I was in high school during the Obama era, I guess. So, and I wasn't really following politics. So, be honest. I inspired you to call this type beat, didn't I? You might have. That phrase has been increasingly in my vocabulary for the past year or so, but I think you saying it recently might have made it stick in my mind. Sharing out now. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you so much. What's up for tonight? Radical is a good word. Radicalized is a bad word. Yeah. Again, I think we can use because when I say whenever people get gifted memberships, which unlock fantastic emotes, some of the best emotes on YouTube, by the way, the Radical Coder channel emotes are the best in the game. But when people buy those memberships, or when people get gifted those memberships, which you can also do, you can also gift people memberships. Highly recommend. So you can give them access to those fantastic emotes. But I'll say that they got radicalized, right? And that's kind of cute. Here, let me test you then. All right, KO Dave's going to test my radical. What more, if anything, could Biden have done to push the $15 minimum wage issue? What did he do to push it? I don't know a lot about that specific movement in terms of what Biden did. I feel like, step one is talking about it more. If his goal was to get it. What happened? He did run on that, didn't he? At one point, he talked about the $15 minimum wage. I don't know if he actually ran on that specifically. Gen X, technically, pseudo boomer. You are boomer adjacent. That's okay. I suppose it's context specific, like everything. Many such cases, yes. Rock and roll rebel. I'm gonna do as I please. That's right. Subconsciously mayhap, yes. Well, yeah. What did Biden do? Let's see. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. What did Biden do? What did Biden do to push for a $15 minimum wage? Listening and installing a couple of ceiling fans. Sorry in advance if I miss anything. I will never forgive you if you miss a single moment of the Radical Coder stream. Actually, I'll forgive Fuzzy, but no one else. No one else gets forgiveness. Only Fuzzy. It was part of his campaign, but when he got into office, he was unable to get it passed. Remember, Biden had a 50-seat Senate. Sure. Very difficult. So he was trying. Let's see. He tried to put it in the COVID relief bill. The American Rescue Plan initially included a hike to $15, but the state parliamentarian ruled it couldn't pass via budget reconciliation, and the provision was stripped out in the Senate. Biden said he was disappointed and would keep pressing for it. But did he? Did he actually keep pushing for it? Kept up the public push from the podium. His first State of the Union. Looks like most of the... Looks like most of his push was in 2021. Administratively, he did raise minimum pay for federal contractors and federal employees to at least $15 an hour. And they consistently used the bully pulpit to call for a nationwide $15 floor. I mean, that seems like a good place to start, right? What's up, Z King? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Boomers were not good to Xers in the workplace. Is that so? Biden running a second time took steam out of Kamala's campaign. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately true. In retrospect, Biden should have dropped out a lot earlier. Radical Coder, it's Burke the Elder here. Can I ask, what does a post-Trump America look like? Will the U.S. bounce to the left, do you think? Or perhaps stay more right-wing as it seems to be now? Well, I mean, it's yet to be seen, right? It's a good question. I'm hopeful. We're trying, we're trying to push, make sure to push for a bounce to the left. But I think that the reality we're facing right now is a lot of, I mean, like the Republicans are trying to stack the deck, which is why thankfully we have like Gavin Newsom and other people doing doing reactive gerrymandering, trying to make sure that we actually hold some power on the left still. But I mean, the Republicans are absolutely trying. This was the whole plan of like Project 2025 and everything was to like make sure that once we got Trump in office, that the left would be very much pushed out, and they could like keep steering in whatever direction the technocrats really want. So I think that culturally, like the voter base is definitely like moving away from Trump in general. People are except for the core base, they seem to be not particularly happy with most of what he's doing. There's obviously a lot of people still on the fence about it, but based on answer, you're probably not a black pill. I'm definitely not black pilled. No, I'm definitely not black pilled. I feel very like happy with how safe it is in the world around me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like a violent revolution guy. Not big on violent revolution or anything like that. I don't vibe with that. I feel very privileged to live in such a comfortable world, and I think it's a good thing. I don't want to take that away from the people around me, but I also I'm nervous about at what cost. I could be convinced that there's there are things that about there are things downstream of my comfort that I probably wouldn't really be okay with, and I think that's worth considering. I agree Kamala would have had way more time to optimize her campaign. Yeah, absolutely. Left-wing populism is the only pragmatic way. Yeah, that's where I feel. I feel like there's a lot of liberals like really bullying people and this like hate for populism, this raw hate for populism. But like, I feel like regular old populism isn't like really that bad. I feel like it's kind of based. I feel like people want to like bully me out of like having populist sentiments, and I'm like, no, thank you. I don't respond well to being bullied out of my ideology or ideological predispositions, right? Not by anybody. I don't think he should have ran at all. He was already being mocked for being old. They should have went behind Kamala right away. You mean for the second term? Or do you mean like even his first term? Glad to hear it. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here, by the way. Kind of am, not gonna lie. I saw they're putting huge banners of Trump's face alongside a huge American flag. Oh, you're saying it's like kind of blackpilling? Yeah, that's kind of scary. Not a big fan of populism. What is it that you don't like about populism? I feel like populism's it can be problematic. Um, it depends on a lot of factors. I feel like the core idea that like there are like really powerful people who don't care about the majority of people, and those powerful people use the leverage they have to get more power, more money, more power, etc., at the expense of people of like a lower class of a quote unquote lower class of people, right? I don't know. I mean, like that's just kind of reality, right? Like that's the incentives that are built into capitalism, like whether you like it or not. Like some people would argue that's a strength of capitalism in many ways. Anti-populist sentiments lead to beliefs that like the people don't know what's best for them. Yeah. I don't like that. I never like that. I really hate when people are like, oh, the average American or the average person is so stupid. Like most people are dumb. Like I don't like sentiments like that. I don't think that's true. I don't think most people are dumb. I think the average person is of average intelligence. I mean, I think that's kind of like definitionally the case, right? No, for the second. Yeah. No, I agree. We didn't have the numbers of boomers, millennials, or boomers, so therefore no numbers equals a bad setup for young employee rights in the workplace. We were just workplace grunts for them. I see. You're saying how the boomers treated Gen X. What would Kamala optimize her campaign with? Thousand Island or honey mustard? I have no idea. No idea what you mean by that, Mr. Bill. I think you're booming out in my chat. But it's good to have you here. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you spending your precious few years on this earth, a few years left, spending them with us. Thank you. We feel very privileged to be in your presence. Oh, we meant Zoomers. Sure. I get the aversion to populists like we've seen, but populism itself I don't find a problem with, and even if you hate it, to the average American it works, so they need to wise up. It is what it is. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, the whole, like, Trump's whole thing, like, worked because of populism, because populism is effective, right? Like, people like the sentiments, and there's good reasons for that and bad reasons for that. But obviously, like people like Trump, these are like faux populists. They are the elites that they point to and say are against you. They are the ones. The elite elitism is coming from inside the house, right? Like they are they're the ones doing it. It's them. It's them. Hi, they're the problem. It's them. Dystopian with the military walking around. Yeah, that's scary. That is very scary. Seeing the expansion of that is really concerning. I don't like that. Which dip would be better? I think I'm more honey mustard than Thousand Island. I guess when it comes to dips, I feel like I don't use a. Actually, I don't think I like Thousand Island very much. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't really fuck with Thousand Island. But like honey mustard is really hit or miss for me. I love mustard. Honey mustard is really, really hit or miss. Like there's like amazing honey mustard, and then there's super mid honey mustard. There's a lack of principle. It employs propaganda to rile up the populace and exploit their reactionary tendencies in order to grab and hold power. Populism on its own is vapid. I feel like you're describing right-wing populism. I feel like that's right-wing populism, what you just like. That's like, which is kind of like fascism. Like, I feel like you're describing the tendency of fascism. Dance, says Abe Dinkus. Yo, Abe Dinkus, did you hit 1K subs? Congratulations on the growth, buddy. It's very encouraging. It makes me realize I gotta push more. Can't be outdone by Abe Lincoln. Appreciate you being here though, buddy. It's like the governments that call themselves People's Republic or something. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. The billionaire populist, it shocks me that people haven't put two and two together immediately. All of his accusations have been confessions, the corruption, pedo theories, stealing elections. I could go on. Yeah, you could go on. Every single time. Every single time. Every accusation is a confession. It's over and over and over and over. Not yet, but close. Word. You'll get there. You'll get there quickly, I'm sure. Keep hosting those panels. Think that's just populism in general? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, populism. I'm gonna get ChatGPT definition of populism. My point is that populism is populism, whether it's coming from the left or the right. Yeah, but if populism being populism, like it feels like you're describing you're describing an exploitation of populism, and you're saying that that's populism. And I don't know if that's, I just don't think that's true. Yeah, definitely looks different if it's right or left. Yeah. They both will be populist, but they're going to be different, radically different, one might say. Right. Puppy cameo. I hope that isn't a coding term. Well, arts do. We do have puppy cameos. This is Umbreon. We love exploiting him. He eats likes. He eats YouTube likes. So please like the stream so we can eat. You sleepy boy. He just got back from a run. He was going so fast. You guys should have seen him. He's like a rocket. Got some stickers in him. You get some stickers in your fur, buddy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Poor boy. And anyone with a membership can show you that we actually have Umbreon emotes. We have baby Umbreon emotes. It's a picture of him from when he was just a little baby. He's still kind of a little baby. He's only a year old. Retweet if you also are racist. Wait, what? Oh, you love race cars. I'm describing an exploitation of the populace, hence I don't think that's the definition of populism. Don't think that the definition of populism is exploitation of the populace. I think populism is a recognition of an exploitation of the populace, or an idea of that there is exploitation of the populace, right? Worth the visits. Like Ernst. Thank you, Artstu. Happy to have you here. You got a beautiful puppy in your profile pic as well. We're very pro doggy here. Yes, the baby Umbreons. We got the Sippy Squad, Sippy Squirtle, Angry Jiggles, the Care React, very similar to the Facebook Care React, and the Shrek Care React, very different from the Facebook Care React. So let's see. This is ChatGPT's take on it, right? It says populism is a political approach that frames society as a battle between the pure people and the corrupt elite. Which already I do see issues with that, right? Like the pure people. I already don't like that. But claiming politics should express the people's general will. Okay, that I'm on board with. Generally. It's often called a thin-centered ideology because it can attach to left or right-wing programs. That's definitely true. In practice, populists use people-centric, anti-elite rhetoric and tend to be anti-pluralist, arguing they alone truly represent the people. Populism can be a style, movement, or ideology, and it appears across the spectrum. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't like that. I definitely don't like that phrasing. That's ChatGPT's. I've never seen that. I've never heard that pure. I get what they mean, but let me see. Let me pull up like a real definition. Oh, poor boy. You want to get down, buddy? I can put you down. It's okay. Wikipedia says populism is a contested. I guess I can pull this up. I don't have to just show my beautiful face. This one, no, that's too big. This one's good. A contested concept for a variety of political stances that emphasize the idea of the common people, often in opposition to a perceived elite. Yeah, this is kind of what I was saying, right? Common people opposed to a perceived elite, whether or not you think that elite is causing issues for the common people or not. I think most people would probably agree that they kind of are. It depends on who you think the elite is. That's also a big contention. ChatGPT is communist. Wait, based ChatGPT? Communist GPT? I think the Trump voters think they voted for populism. What they're getting is elitism. Exactly. I agree. I'm gonna turn the background music down just a little bit and switch over to the classic, the acoustic cinematic. I think you could have a productive conversation with Hutch since he hates populism and loves fighting lefties. He has some fair criticism of it, but I don't see it all bad. Maybe you can make a case for it. Yeah, I'll talk to Hutch eventually, I'm sure. I know he's got this war against lefties, and I'm the kind of trying to bring all the left together myself. Hutch does see the value of leaning into populism politically. He's admitted that much. Okay. Good for Hutch. At least until 2028, sure. So Hutch is saying that he wants to exploit populists. He wants to exploit the masses who believe in populism. Curious. Very curious. What's wrong, baby boy? It's okay. The elites are withholding treats from Umbreon. Good to see you, Calvin. How you been, buddy? Motherfuckers were like, what? He didn't hold his electoral promises? What? Is this your first election? I wonder if you held up a picture of a drawing of someone burning a flag, whether they would arrest you, such as if you put on a protest. That's actually a really interesting question. Am I allowed to like generate an AI video? I almost want to go to Gemini right now and generate like an AI video of someone burning an American flag. That's kind of, I feel like it's kind of dangerous right now. Kind of literally playing with fire. Yeah, am I right? Michelle, you're trying to get me locked up. Playing with my freedom from the safety of Canada. Yeah, I would definitely like to talk to Hutch. I do feel a little left out of the live and learn circles, but I understand they have a good cast. It's a good crew of 5 solid left-leaning creators. I appreciate them. Trump will put you in the slammer for a year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I burnt my Trump flag long ago. Good for you. Try and get me locked up. I'm just gonna copy this entire Wikipedia article, and let's see if we can vibe code something with it. Let's go to Gemini. Ooh, advanced image editing. Okay, I'll try that later. Baby Umbreon, thanks, Defnot. Good to see you. Yeah, exactly. I can't go to prison. Umbreon needs me. He would hate that. He would be very upset if I went to prison. Create a fancy single file HTML5 app using super creative informational interactive tricks and fancy stuff, making it really fun and exciting and colorful and delightful and transformative and make it convey the information in the transcript below, but more so inspired by the core sentiments rather than directly translating the information. How's that? And I'm going to paste the Wikipedia article. All of it. Damn, it might take a minute. It might not even work. It's like freezing because it's such a long... Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna need this human. You gotta make burning flags with that. It's a sign. Maybe. I find myself agreeing with an awful lot of what Hutch has to say. That doesn't surprise me, KO Dave. And I like Hutch. It's not a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. I understand he wants to like settle stuff with the far left and like fight with the far left. I'm just not on board with this whole time to punch left right now. Like, we are dealing with like literal, like straight up fascist takeover of the United States government. And they're like, what's punch left? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know about all that. Not my vibe, you know? I find that we are much more concerned about Constitution than symbols of the Republic that was formed by it. Funny that we are much more concerned about it. Well, as in like us, like here, and people on the left in general are more concerned about that. There's some people in this panelverse that could smuggle a dog into jail. That's probably true. Also good to see you, Josh. I have Gemini on my Samsung, and I think I hate it. It won't allow me to restart the normal way. I have to do a hard reboot. What's that? I don't know what's going on with that. I just use it to do stuff like this. I don't have it on. I mean, I have the Gemini app on my iPhone, but I don't have. It doesn't like control it in any way. Have you ever sat down with yourself and thought deeply about your views? I haven't done that in a while. I think it's high time I did. I think I do it regularly. I mean, I'm constantly going on to shows and getting challenged on them. I'm constantly like reflecting and thinking about why I think things and what I really think about things, and like sitting in the contradiction of all the different thoughts. Like, I don't know. I think I do it quite a bit. Oh, look at this. It's sick. This is sick. Populism. That effect is so nice. I'm stealing that. That's so cool. I really like this animation. Do you guys see it? Hang on. Let me copy this link and actually open up so you get a better view. Like, look, you see that? That's tight. Yes, people on the left are actually concerned with the Constitution, whereas they are just grandstanding around the flag. Yeah, Yeah, I think it's funny that in a lot of ways, like the modern left right now is really a lot more conservative in terms of the Constitution and everything, right? Like in terms of our institutions. I feel like there is this really good movement, myself included in this, of like people on the kind of far left who are starting to recognize a lot more why our institutions are set up the way they are, and to value those. And for that, I think Hutch is probably on the right track, if he's trying to communicate that with people on the left. I haven't really followed Hutch too much directly, so I don't know what he's talking about specifically. But have you ever done that reflection high on a hero dose of shrooms while listening to gospel music and thinking about Mushroom Jesus, though? Not yet. I haven't done that specific thing on shrooms. I've taken shrooms before. Gemini installed on my phone during one of those forced system upgrades. I didn't even ask for it. I'm sorry that you unconsensually were given Gemini. At least I don't think I downloaded it. Maybe. It's not. I think it's like part of the operating system in modern Android, right? Make sure you guys like the stream, by the way. Make sure you like the stream before we go into this populism explainer. This should be fun. We just vibe coded this, by the way. Yes. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, there is. There is indeed. Populism. An interactive exploration of a contested idea. Look at that. That's a nice button, too. Look at that. Real quick, like, we can look at the code. Where's that, like, this is all the CSS for that button, right? Or I assume this is, let me see. Look at all this code. It's so clean. Vibe coding is so underrated. This is the button in scene 1. You know, the color is accent color, so it's using the variables it sets up here. So accent, this is the yellow. Yeah. So this is the accent color that we see in the right here, right? It's got a transparent background, but when we hover over it, it inverts. It turns the yellow text into transparent text, and it makes the background yellow. It's kind of clean. The people versus the elite. At its heart, populism draws a line, a moral struggle between the pure common people. See, we're coming back to that. I guess the Wikipedia article talks about that too. And a corrupt, out-of-touch elite. Drag the slider to feel the tension. It's interesting the line doesn't move with it, but look at that. People, the elite. The people, the elite. People. Life, death, life, death, life, death. What fuels this divide? That's the question. The fuel for the fire. Populism doesn't appear from nowhere. It's fed by real grievances and societal shifts. So true. So true. I agree with that. Click the orbs to activate these forces. Click the orbs to activate. I love this stuff. Are you feeling the tension, David? Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're feeling that tension. Hey, everyone, feel the tension of the like button, okay? Feel that tension. Feel the tension of tapping that like button. You should watch this interview with April Ajoy on The Thinking Atheist, how she erped up the red pill and Christian nationalism. Might be good to play here in a fair use way with discussing. Maybe. If you want. Not that. Yeah, maybe. Post in the Discord, maybe. Economic grievance. Oh, wait. I was hoping that clicking on these orbs would make something happen, but it's... all it does is show a little animation, which is cute. It's cute animation. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. Did I squeeze you? It was okay. Or refuse to join Discord? Fair enough. April Ajoy. Well, remind me to look that up, and I will. That's okay. Let's find out how populism mobilizes. The voice of the people. Often a charismatic leader emerges, whether it's a Trump or a Bernie. They're both populists, right? Claiming to be the true voice of the people. The thing is, I feel like a Bernie, in a way, he claims to be the voice of the people. But Bernie's the type of guy who says shit like, not me, us, kind of thing. Like, he's like, it's not about me, it's about you. Like, and I understand that people could say that and, like, not really mean it. But I feel like the context where he says it, it's far more believable than, like, if Trump were to say something like that. I'm not even sure Trump would say something like that. The French Revolution was a populist movement. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, was that a bad thing? I don't know. I don't particularly like kings. Not a big fan of royalty ruling over me. I don't fuck with that. I'll put it in your comments. Yes, please. That works. Pretty good interview. Yeah, I'm very curious. That way I can check it out next time. Are you anti-French Revolution? I don't know. The guillotine got a lot. That's true. That's true. For better or for worse. But Bernie is speaking for the ones no one usually listens to, and what they say, they'd say if someone did. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like Bernie's actually saying the things that people like. There's a lot of similarities in things that Bernie says and Trump says. There's a lot of overlap in like popular but that's the thing about like far right populism. It like uses real grievances to embolden people who don't actually care about those grievances. But then there's people who have actually been fighting, like a Bernie, who's actually been fighting on the lines of those grievances for his entire fucking career, rather than exploiting people who are having those grievances, like a Trump does. Didn't have to get nearly as bad as it did in order to remove the king, is what I'm trying to say. Robespierre was a terrible guy. Maybe. I don't know that much about the French Revolution. I could be convinced of that it's that there was a little bit of overkill. Pun very much intended. The one thing I kind of like about Trump is that he doesn't pretend to be one of us common people like Bernie does. Doesn't Trump kind of do that though? Doesn't he try? I mean, he I feel like Trump pretends to be more in touch. I don't know if I feel that criticism of Bernie. I understand that people have that criticism of Bernie. I'm not sure. His everything is gold. So, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I feel like rhetorically, he very much like people a lot of Trump fans like see him as an aspirational figure, like someone who like they could be like Trump if they just work hard enough. Even though obviously he didn't get there by just working hard. I saw Les Miserables. I don't even know how to say it. What's it? The Kennedy Center? Does that count? Yes. Yes, you are well read. Can someone give me a pronunciation for that? Trump does the whole "they're coming after me to get to you" thing. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Hey, calm down. It's not that deep, bro. They could if their dad paved the way for them to. Yeah. Most rich people are born rich and will say just work hard enough and you can be rich too. Yeah, we're all temporarily embarrassed millionaires, right? Click the core to broadcast the message and unite the fragments. Let's unite the fragments. Okay. The fragments were not united. I don't know if these were supposed to move, but they didn't. If you're just joining us, we vibe coded a presentation on populism based on the Wikipedia article about populism. And so we're going through this. What is the outcome? Whoa, that's so cool. That's really neat. I like that. I can't read the text, but I love whatever this is. I'm not even mad that I can't read the text. Poor boy. A fork in the road. By giving voice to the forgotten and challenging the status quo, populism can re-engage citizens and force a necessary conversation. True, very true. And now we gotta wait for this to go up and down again. Democratic renewal. Whoa. Hey, calm down. You're fine. Strengthening democracy. Ah, okay. Yeah. Forcing that conversation. Unfortunately, it can force it in a potentially catastrophic way, right? It's a Rubik's populist cube. Yes. We love our Rubik's populist cubes here. We'll do a quick solve on that note. Oh. I got called a woke scold today, kind of tongue-in-cheek, by Tollybots. Said I'm her favorite woke scold. And, you know, I was thinking about it. It was endearing at the time, but I don't see myself as a woke scold. I was thinking about it. I feel like I say things that woke scolds say. Like, I talk about racism, I talk about sexism, I talk about the phobias, but I feel like the woke scold trope is someone who the woke scold trope is someone who like uses those things as conversation enders. Like they'll say like, that's racist, I don't want to talk to this person, they're racist. That person's transphobic, I can't talk to them. That person's homophobic, I don't want to talk to them. Like that kind of shit. Or like nobody should give them any air because they're transphobic or they're homophobic. Or, and I'm like, well, a lot of people are homophobic, a lot of people are racist. It sucks, but they are. And like, well, I don't know, I'm gonna have conversations with them about it. I'm just gonna point it out when I see it. And I feel like people really don't like that. People really don't like when you just say like, hey, that's kind of racist. Like people get more triggered by you saying, hey, that's kind of racist, and then just leaving it at that than they do like people actually just saying like outright racist shit, which I think is a really really interesting dynamic. Diffnot says, I wrote a best-selling book. If you write a best-selling book, you can be a millionaire too. And how people mistake authenticity for shamelessness. Just because Trump is open about some of his flaws doesn't mean he's open about all. There's a reason he's hiding those damn files, and DOJ released doctored footage. That's true. K. Dave says, after the king was overthrown, the Jacobins took control of the government. Robespierre was their leader, and he enacted a total dystopian crackdown. Gotcha. Yeah, we don't love that. That's the scary thing about violent revolution. I mean, besides the violent revolution of it all, is that it leaves power vacuums. That often can lead to total dystopian crackdowns, right? Yeah. You're not a rogue scold. I think they did. The one, I mean, it's the one I just read about the king being overthrown. I didn't see the second one. That's why I like you. Well, thank you, Z King. I like you too. Yay. Ryan, your wife asked me to contact you. Please wake up. Your kids are worried. You've been gone so long. Tell her that I'll be home soon, okay? I'll be home soon. Feel free to go take care of her, Vikram. You can hang out with my wife until I get back, okay? It's because they're like, racist? Me? But racism is bad, and I don't hate people because of their skin, so I'm not racist. Exactly. Racism is bad, and I'm not bad. I'm like, I'm not saying you're bad. I'm just saying you said a racist thing. It's okay. I forgive you. It doesn't affect me. I'm just a guy. You can be selective with totally toxic people, yet still try to hold a conversation with some that might be reachable. Yeah, and I talk to people who are not reachable, right? Like, I talk to a lot of people on like the far right who are absolutely never going to come around to like my beliefs in any way, shape, or form. But some people who are watching might. And like, if I'm gonna be like, if they're not getting if they're not getting a lot of other progressive voices in the room, like why not get some? Like, why not have somebody saying like a more like expressing more progressive values? I feel like that's valuable. Ryan's wife says, Ryan was a great husband and father, but now all he does is rant about wokeness and racism or something. Where's the Ryan I loved? You know, there might be something to that. There was a younger Ryan. There was indeed. In fact, believe it or not, there was a younger Ryan who didn't actually care about a lot of that stuff. And that younger Ryan was kind of problematic. You know, like, kind of said and did some dumb shit. Hassan's gonna protest on the couch in his PJs. Hey, protesting from the couch in your PJs when you're Hassan is a little bit more effective than protesting on the couch in your PJs when you're not Hassan, right? Because instead of explaining racism, we used to be like, racism bad and evil. So people are like, oh, I'm not racist, I'm not evil. Yeah, for sure. And it's like, I'm not saying you're evil. I'm just saying that the thing you said is kind of a racist thing. And people like, they get really mad about it. I'm like, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm not trying to cancel you. I'm not trying to get your channel removed. I'm not trying to get your bank account locked. I think that's the thing. Like, people like the Fuenteses and shit, like they convinced everyone that being called racist, they got in all the trouble they got into was because people were calling them racist, right? Like the no-fly list, which was probably had more to do with Fuentes doing like like pretending to do a pretending to attack flight attendants on his stream, like memeing and miming a violent attack on them. That probably had more to do with him getting on the no-fly list than being a racist dude. A woke what? Woke scold. Woke scold. Someone who scolds people for not being woke enough, basically. I don't know which one you're pointing to, KO Dave. I'm reading these one by one, so. Go home to your wife. Stop telling me what to do. Some people, the same people that cheered Shiloh Hendrix will cry like bitches when you call them racist. Yeah, that's the lady. Is that the one who which one's Shiloh Hendrix? Is that the one who called the black kid the N-word, like the little kid, or is that the one who like made that TikTok where she was like, all my friends are dating broke ass N-words? That was crazy. That was crazy. Too many random ass white women getting famous for just being racist. It's a bad time. I think most people go through a problematic phase in their youth. Yeah, no doubt. And like that's why I'm like I don't like condemn people for it. Like I myself was a problematic kid, you know, problematic guy. It's okay. It's okay. Shit happens. Most people are. That's not the end of the world. That's a different thing. I was talking about more one-on-one discussions, not broadcast on YouTube. Oh, sure. It's more of a check yourself moment. Yeah. Or at least like, hey, think about why I might be saying this, you know? Why someone might say this. Why someone might call you racist, like for saying that thing. Like it's good to just be aware. Like the other day, it was a really good example of this dynamic playing out in like real time that I thought was like super productive. Was you know, not to call him out because I think he handled this really well, but Mike Ball, he came in my chat yesterday and he did the she meme, right? He typed she, and I was like, that meme, I don't really like that meme. I think it's kind of a racist meme. And he was like, yeah, I don't mean it that way, but I understand what you're saying. It was just that. It was just like that. It was so, and then we were done. That was the conversation. It's not that deep. I'm not trying to sound all woke here, but I began to notice with some white people, they always want to justify their bad behaviors. I'm not saying all, just usually some conservatives. Think Jan 6. White violence gets justified. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This is a common pattern. Hey, that's not you. Do better. Yeah. It's just pattern recognition, as the neo-Nazis would say. Sup B slurs. Why you always gotta call us slurs from Bumbly? Appreciate you stopping in though. The kid, Shiloh Hendrix, is the one who called that little kid the N-word. Crazy. Keep trying to finish my chat, but YouTube keeps blocking it. I'll try to reword it. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. You're getting too bold. Way too bold. I wish YouTube would tell you if it blocks your chat. This is infuriating. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. You're one of the few people on the left who hold on to the virtue of redemption. The far left needs to reassess their values. Yeah, that's a problem. I wonder. I don't know. like, is it because I myself was so problematic in my youth that like I can like see like I'm like, well, I wouldn't want to be exiled, but like there were people like, okay, like the first time I heard the first time someone tried to convince me to like call someone they them, I was so taken aback. I had like the whole like the resistance in my mind that's like, but that's plural, you know, like all this jazz, whatever, like all these different excuses. But like the person, it was a friend of mine who was talking about another friend of ours and was like encouraging me to use they them pronouns for them because they wanted to, and they still do to this day. And I was, you know, like the more I thought about it, like I was resistant to it, and there was like even conflict in some of my like friendships because of that. And like I don't know, just the more I thought with it over time, the more I was like, oh yeah, I guess it's like really like not that big a deal. I don't actually mind that at all. It's actually a super reasonable position. Umbreon, relax, buddy. For some reason they really want to be free to do questionable stuff. Kokomo says Ryan is a good lefty. No, I'm not. I'm not one of the good ones, all right? I'm one of the bad ones. I think you calling Raging Tomato an adjacent racist or something like that has turned out to be very profitable for her. Didn't you generate like 2 $500 sessions? That's true. Although the first one, I think I said Sarah low-key kind of racist. And she does do that sheet meme quite a bit, but regardless, I came on and I explained myself. We had a conversation about it in real time, as we do, because I respect Sarah and I like Sarah's a friend of mine, you know, and so we had that conversation live and we settled it. I don't think Sarah's like an evil racist person who like hates black people or whatever. But yeah, that the first time I raised her $500 was before that. But yeah, the most recent one was after that, I think. I usually do raise a lot of money being in Sarah's chat, and we love that. And she pays it forward, or she's been paying it forward. She dropped a good chunk of money in the last stream. Really appreciated it. And maybe not the last one, not the last stream, but Sunday stream. So we're getting used to because it's new. Yeah, I never finished this. Low key kind of racist. I'm one of the good ones. Don't forget it. Never forget it. Come here, buddy. You know who else is one of the good ones? Umbreon. That's you. You're one of the good ones. One of the good weenies. This thing is so barely racist. If they sound dumb while saying shit, it's not a good sign. Yeah, I see what you mean. There's like a black scent to it that people do. And also, people, it's not just that; it's the context where people will do it when they see like a black person doing something. I think that's the worst of it. They'll use it in a context where they'll be a black person, and then they'll start using it then, like after they've like whether it's a black person doing something or doing something dumb or not doing something or just complaining about something, whatever it is. Especially like a quote like a ghetto seeming, like right. Ghetto coded. I don't know if that's probably a microaggression myself. Really never heard of it having some underpinning racism. Yeah, I'm trying to just like when you hear it, watch. Watch. Just pay attention to it. I'm just where are my noticers at? My noticers. We got some noticers in chat. Good evening, Mike Ball. Good to see you. We were just talking about the sheet meme. That we had I think a very productive conversation when I brought it up the other day to you. I appreciated that because we were talking about how I was called a woke scold earlier, and I think an endearing way. But I don't view myself as as someone who scolds people from a woke perspective. I feel like I'm someone who just kind of like comments on things. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, you kind of are. Like we're saying, we haven't gone like super deep into it. We're just kind of chatting through it right now. but I brought up you as an example of someone like responding very positively to me pointing that out, because I think you also understood what I was saying. Where like oftentimes people will I know that you don't do this really. At least I haven't seen you do this. But like a lot of people will use that word, like especially, or that word, like they'll use that meme, like especially after like watching a video of a black person or something. Those racist AI videos are diabolical. I don't know what the Nissan Altima one, but I have seen some crazy racist AI videos. There's some wild shit, yeah. I'm like a quintet minority, so having these type of conversations are always interesting to me. Sure. Ryan called Sarah a racist. Really? I called her low-key racist when she was basically the argument. She made a comment that was like she was kind of implicitly, at least what I thought she was implicitly defending the idea that like we collect racial crime data so that we can like. She was like, why else would we do that except for stereotypes, like to understand stereotypes, and I was like, well, there's lots of other reasons. There's lots of like understanding like why, like understanding that a certain race is overrepresented in crime stats is not it's not an excuse to be more racist. It's actually the opposite, right? It's like, wait, why is that? What's going on there? And then you learn a little bit about like the history of racism in this country. You learn about how black people are like way more likely to be in poor areas. You learn about like the school to prison pipeline. You learn about like all this shit, and it's like, oh well, that's actually not shocking at all. It's actually like what you would expect to see after like all of these specific things, you know. Definitely used it extremely frequently, almost exclusively in comments responding to white streamers. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't think everyone who uses it is like being racist or anything. I hear it, and I'm my brain is tuned to see that shit more, and I guess I think I feel like I've followed. I don't know. I've just been in a lot of far right spaces for a long time, you know, which might be a condemnation of me, but usually they're challenging them. But I've been in these spaces for a long time, so I've seen like the evolution of a lot of these memes. And YouTube's blocking all my chats. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. If I had my YouTube chat, I might be able to see them getting blocked. Let me open up YouTube Studio. How is everyone doing tonight? Have you all clicked the like button? Did you burn your bridge with her? No, definitely not. No, Sarah and I are on great terms. She donated like $200 to my stream the other day. Sarah and I are on great terms, and we will remain on great terms. I like Sarah a lot. No matter how much people try to dig a wedge between us. Because I'm just not allowed to talk about the French Revolution. Yeah, I guess so. It was a Sarah win. It was major Sarah win. She was like, boot Ryan. She kept saying boot Ryan, and I would do this. It was pretty funny. I think people have lost the capability to legitimately understand the other party. Unfortunately, people are too tied to their position to even understand someone else's understanding worldview. Yeah, many such cases. Ryan makes too much money for Sarah. That's true. I am a pay pig for her in a lot of ways. I'm a cash cow, I should say. I'm not the pay pig. I don't give her the money, but I bring in the money. Yeah, you are not allowed to talk about the French Revolution. I mean, I was curious. I'll just DM you what I've been trying to say. Sure. Sometimes you understand the other party and their beliefs are just trash. That's true. That is true. Many such cases. And that's fine though, you know. That's why people are lefties. Yeah, exactly. Because we understand the other party and we're like, wow, that sucks. Like, you get to understand someone like some far right worldview, and you're like, wow, that's shit. Yeah, exactly. That's funny and true. Honestly, when I encounter people like that, I either ignore them if I'm feeling lazy, or let the seals break and give them a taste of their own medicine. I'd be edgy like that. Sure. That's why people are liberals. Nah. I think you're a great asset onto Sarah's and our community. Thank you. I agree. I think even the chat seems to agree with that. Even the people who like boot me all the time, they say stuff like that. And I am inclined to agree. I think I'm a thorn in their heel in many cases. But, you know, like, they need that. We also need to relearn how to get along with people with differing opinions to us. Yeah, yeah. Although, again, I think I don't know. I'm sympathetic to people who are like willing to burn bridges, you know, over certain things. Like I think people need to understand that, like, the disagreements, if the disagreement is about like who has like rights, you know, like if the disagreement is like, well, like imagine if the disagreement is like whether or not like whether or not you should be able to enslave radical coders. Like, what if we disagree about whether or not like radical coders are subhuman and we should be able to enslave them? Like, I'm not gonna be friends with someone who believes that, right? Like, I might talk to them and push back and explain like why I don't want to be enslaved. Please, no, thank you. But like, am I gonna be friends with that person? I know it's an extreme example, but like, what if I was gay and like someone's differing opinion is that I shouldn't be allowed to get married? Suddenly we're in a much more grounded example. Suddenly we're talking about an example that is currently about to face the Supreme Court again. And it's just a different opinion, right? It's just a different opinion, but it's also an opinion that like shapes people's reality. Yes, glaze me more. Yes, please, please glaze me more. From Bubbly, do not stop him from glazing me. That's against the rules here. You can only glaze Radical Coder. My difference in opinion is that we have to glaze Radical Coder constantly. I also understand that Republicans are fed a narrative that the left is living in crazy upside down world and always do the opposite of what's reasonable because they frame it that way. That's true. That is true. They are fed a constant IV of that propaganda. It's pumped into their veins 24/7. That's why they assume anyone coming from an even vaguely left perspective is just fucking insane. And then, like, you know, you talk to them, and sometimes I come off a little insane. Other times people are like, "Oh, right, you know, Ryan's actually pretty reasonable." It's like, yeah, well, many such cases. It's not just me. It's not just me. There's actually a lot of pretty reasonable people on the left. I'm just loud. Standing for liberal values is incredibly important, from free speech, human rights, democracy, and a well-regulated free market. I agree. I agree with those values. I like those values. I think many people who are to the left of liberals also like these values. I think you gotta contend with that. Like there's this tendency to paint anyone who doesn't identify as like a liberal to be fundamentally illiberal in the same way, but there are different kinds of people who are not liberals, right? There are people who are fundamentally illiberal because they don't like free speech, they don't like human rights, they don't like democracy. And then there are people who are not liberals who are like, hey, do we really have human, like, are we really manifesting the human rights that liberalism claims to? Are we really living up to the democratic values that we espouse? Are we regulating the free market in a realistic way? Like, I feel like the difference in my mind is illiberal and not liberal. And I know those sound like synonyms, but I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. I think Rob Noor is Bob Goldwaite's love child because he spazzes like Bob. So now I call him Rob. I don't know how to say that. Goldwaite. By the way, okay, you might not know who he is. Look up his early years. Okay, I'll try to remember to do that. There are big issues that you can't, but I was meaning in a general sense. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you in general. think it's dishonest framing that all liberals believe the worst leftist takes is core to our political disconnect across the aisle. Yeah, it's huge. Huge thing. Yo, we got Testicle Johnson with the membership. Look at that. We got Testicle Johnson. Now you can use the baby Umbreon emote. You can celebrate with the baby Umbreon emote. And this little guy, when he was even smaller. Good to see you, Testicle Johnson. Testicle Johnson is a longtime friend of the Radical Coder brand. Testicle Johnson was around when I was going on Stardust panels. Don't listen to Nightbot. Nightbot doesn't have a wrench. Don't worry about it. You can spam baby Umbreons. We love those here. Let me scroll back up and keep trying to catch up. Welcome, Dean Jacobs, if you're still here. Good to have you. Look at that. Look at the numbers ticking up. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. And they're like, why? I don't care that you're inferior. I still want to be your friend. Yeah, hate the sin, love the sinner. Except we also hate you. Trump looks up to terrible people like communist leaders like Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, and Vladimir Putin. Communist leaders like... I mean, is Vladimir Putin a communist? I feel like a lot of these are... I mean, yeah, Xi Jinping for sure. All right, is Kim Jong-un a communist leader? I don't know about that one. Maybe. Literally, that's the thing for me. Even if I disagree with Republican fiscal policy, I'd be more open to listening if I didn't have to worry about individual civil liberties that are based off of attributes. Yeah, that's a big problem. Propaganda goes for no doubt. But like, I don't know. I think I do propaganda here, but like not like dishonest propaganda. I do some authentic propaganda, right? Like I'm propagandizing my actual beliefs. Still open to listening, but I mean for as far as supporting the overall platform, sure. The left is also doing it. Is there propaganda towards conservatives? Absolutely. Dean Jacobs says, it's weird how just two parties essentially all over the West, but opinions are diverse. Yeah. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Far left people like Hassan supports. Wait, like who does Hassan support? I don't think Hassan supports like Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin. China #1, says Testicle Johnson. Thank you again. Thank you again for your membership. Umbreon is very upset that we don't have more memberships coming in. If you guys can hear him whining. Hang on, I'm gonna let him go pack the cats. If you pee in the hallway again, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have a roast weenie session, okay? He's been peeing in the hallway lately, and if he keeps doing that, we're gonna have roast weenies for dinner. Yes, we also have the angry jiggle. Liberals don't say we'll vote against white male rights, but conservatives will say we will vote against gay rights and women's rights. Yes, absolutely. But they will. The thing is, they will frame. Like I actually talked to Kyla about this. Not so erudite. Like, it's not even just framing necessarily. Like what we talked about was how taking away, or rather giving women the right to an abortion, for example, or the right to have to leave a marriage, like in a sense, making sure women have those rights. Before they had those rights, those decisions were made by men primarily, right? So men, like, enacting those things and securing those things does feel like men are losing something, because they are, in a sense. Especially if they're told that they should be entitled to those things, right? They are losing something there. Kyla totally disagreed with me framing it this way. I think it's inarguable. I think it's obvious that that's what's happening, and especially if people are like telling them over and over and over again that they're supposed to have those rights. That over like they're supposed to be able to make those decisions. They're supposed to be in charge of those things in some sense. Obviously not in those exact words, but that's essentially what they're being fed. Like Yeah, they are losing something there. You know, it might be justified for them to lose it. I think it is. But they are losing something. Far left people like Hassan support the one China policy, deny the Rwandan and Holodomor. I don't know. I said that. I should. These are illiberal values we should stand against. Yeah, I don't agree with Hassan on the one China thing, like with Taiwan, right? I don't know if he denies those genocides. I haven't heard him deny those genocides, but I would obviously not agree with him doing that. I haven't seen clips of that specifically. Nightbot is indeed a sensitive little bit. User timed out for 1 second. That's funny. Baby Umbreon. Shut up, Nightbot. Spam those baby Umbreons. We don't care. What's up, Alley Cattails? Good to see you. I'm catching up on chats. We are way behind now. Long-time listener, first-time caller. We're happy to have you here, Testicle Johnson. Calvin says, point to ponder, and this is coming from a black person. I urge white libs to be conscious that we will cast all our faults on the white people if you allow us. It's the flaw of all humans to deflect fault. Now, let me process that again. It's coming from a black person. I urge white libs to be conscious that we will cast all our faults on the white people if you allow us. Yeah, I guess like there is definitely a tendency like to just like blame like individual white people for all the ongoing systemic racism and stuff. But like we had a conversation about like white guilt the other day. I don't know, was it on Fatty's panel we talked about like white guilt? Yeah, I think so. On the Fatty panel it was like white liberals versus black conservatives. And like we talked about white guilt and I was like, I don't feel guilty for racism or for like being white. Like I there are things that I like from my past when my more problematic younger self who wasn't as aware, wasn't as woke, right? Like there are things that I kind of regret having said and done, but like I don't feel guilty about like racism as a phenomenon. But yeah, I imagine that there's that dynamic probably cuts both ways. I see what you're saying. The far right people deny the Holocaust. What are we talking about? So true, so true. Yeah, but to be fair to Vikram, he would also disavow those people. We love Johnson. We love Allie. We love Hearts. The tu quo quo fallacy? I'm not familiar. You're the one that brought up the extreme of the left. That's true, Vikram. I'll let you guys fight. Nakoti says, nicknames are my thing. JD, I named Hillbilly Eyeliner instead of Hillbilly Allergy like the book he wrote. That's funny. Glad to see you back doing panels and stuff, even if they keep doing you dirty. So dirty. But, I don't know. I love it. I thrive on the abuse, you know. I love the attention. So it's like, well, if people are if I am driving people so mad that they can't help but pull out their wallets and throw money at Sarah to get me off panel, or to see my reaction to getting booted off panel sometimes, I don't know. There are worse situations to be in. And I usually just like go chill in the back and do other stuff, like listen to the panel in the meantime. Sometimes I get really frustrated if there's like stuff I really want to talk about, I have really strong opinions about, and I want to say, and then I keep getting booted. That can get pretty frustrating. Is that dog okay? He whines a lot. He's moody, and he wants attention constantly. He gets a lot of attention, to be fair. Like I'm usually paying attention to him. Like I'm pretty much with him 24/7 because I do all the work I do from here. And like I've been with him like pretty much since I got him. I've been by his side. So when he's especially if there's somebody out in the other room, because I have roommates too, and we have like 3 cats out there, and if he hears things going on that he's not a part of, he gets really frustrated because he's like, I want to join the things going on. I want to be involved, and he'll just whine and whine and whine and that's why I'll like let him run around with them. But he is very spoiled. I said far left bad, Michelle said far right very bad, which is true. I don't think Michelle's short-circuiting. Oh, Vikram's not on the. He's not on the right. He's not even. I don't think he's. I wouldn't even say he's like on the right. He's lib-pilled. He's a liberal. Don't get me started on rights, bro. Yeah, Vic's not right wing. Oh, okay. Don't get me started on the lefts. That's funny. Michelle's cool. Why did you bring up the far left? Because he's got Hassan derangement syndrome. That's why. Many such cases. It's a tragic condition. Taiwan belongs to China, #1. Disavow. I disavow. They wouldn't feel entitled to control those rights if they didn't think it was theirs to make. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah, exactly. They're like, well, it's supposed, which is what makes it a right wing thing, right? Because there's like the belief, there's like this this hierarchy, this structure that's like implicit to the human experience or something like that, you know. We should definitely stand against Hassan Piker. Maybe. I don't know. I would stand next to Hassan against the Trump administration any day of the week. And I think it's valuable too. In fact, I would also stand with Destiny against the Trump regime, even though I think Destiny is. We were talking about this the other day. I think Destiny is worse optics than Hassan by like a mile, especially right now. I think that's something that the Destiny stands are gonna have to deal with. So largely correct. Men are struggling with employment, and society still places emphasis on men leading, not in a broad way, but for average people, a lot of folks function traditionally. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, fuck you, YouTube. I'm sorry, KO Dave. Be malleable. Be like water. True. Neve once asked if I could change it. I would, and I was like, nah. And she was like, what? Wait, change what? I'm sorry. Like, yeah, bitch, I'm unapologetically me, motherfucker. Suck it. Fair enough. I had an honor unaliving pop up in my feed yesterday. I couldn't watch it very far in. Oh, God. Yeah. But my first thoughts is this is where we were heading. It was an Iraqi father attacking his own daughter in public. Jesus Christ. That's terrifying. How old are you? I feel like your lack of white guilt may have to do with not growing up with the virtue signaling online. Maybe. I'll be 33 next month. I'm 32 right now. Getting old. Ryan, I sent you that DM. I'll pull it up. KO Dave says, after the French king was disposed, the Jacobins took control of the government. Robespierre was their leader, and he enacted a total dystopian crackdown. It was called the Reign of Terror, and anyone who so much as appeared to be anti-revolutionary or revolution was sent to the guillotine. The death toll was estimated to be between 35 to 45,000. It ended when Robespierre threatened to guillotine a bunch of people who were in the government with him. They finally got scared and fed up enough to arrest him and his 2 right-hand men and execute them. Well, there you go. The more you know. You ever consider hosting your own panels, raking that money for? I am thinking about it. But I need to find the right people for it. It's definitely something I am brainstorming how to manifest it. In fact, on that note, actually, I might drop a StreamYard link shortly. Well, there's something to that, Vikram. It's like when you criticize Christianity and Christians are like, what about Islam? It's like, yeah, Islam bad too, sure. Yeah. Now Umbrion's barking. I think at the cats. Let's see what's going on. Buddy. He got stuck on the couch. He jumped up on the couch and he couldn't get down. Poor guy. It's okay, Bubby. Yo, we got $10 from. Hey, relax, buddy boy. Dachshunds are so moody. Umbreon's such a moody boy. Kokomo with the $10 Australian. Thank you so much, Kokomo. Appreciate your support as always. Fantastic. Super appreciated. He said, "Help! My legs are so short, I can't jump." Hey, you gotta chill. You hear me? Look at me. You and me? I got you, man. You just gotta relax. It's okay. I know you want to go back out and play, but not right now. No. No. Then you can mute and kick conservatives. That's true. I'm gonna get something to play with them with here. You play? You play with this? Yeah. That would be quite fun. I know, you just piss off thousands of people in 1 second with a Destiny Hassan Alliance take. What can I say? Destiny greater than Hassan 100 times? I don't know about that. And this is coming from someone who was a Destiny fan for a very long time. I'm not sold on this equation here. I'm not sure about that one. But I think Destiny, I think especially right now, like Destiny is like worse optics than Hassan by a mile. Are Australian dollars like real dollars but upside down? I hope so. I think they're a little bit smaller than real dollars. I don't like Islam, but I don't like Christianity either, so I hate this new narrative. People going around like Christianity isn't that bad. Islam is worse and less humane. Even if I agreed, you all suck. Yeah, for sure. DEI discrimination. They're worth 1/10 of the USD? Is that true? A whole tenth? That doesn't feel right. Maybe you're right. I hate you both equally. Equal opportunity haters. We love those. Atlantis Den RIs, not Australian dollars. No idea what you're trying to say there, Nuxus. Do you have like a stroke writing this? What are you saying? Atlantis Den RIs, not Australian dollars. Can't decode it. Christianity right now is likely not as bad as Islam, but that's like saying AIDS isn't as bad as cancer, but it's still AIDS, sure. Religion drives people to some pretty bad ideas, if you ask me. If you think the creator of the universe like wants you to do certain things, and you can be convinced that those, well, whatever those things are, I think that's probably a bad way to make decisions about morality. I am in I went canvassing with Destiny with DGG. I went to the in the end of 2022. Josiah Pondering Politics on one of his first streams on his channel, back before he ever blew up. But he was just going on Destiny stream a lot. Like, I had a conversation with Josiah, and he convinced me to go canvassing, and I did. And that was like my first like entry into that whole sphere. So like if you watch the canvassing video, the first 7 minutes is like me arguing with Destiny about the math thing, like before we ever had the big famous racist math debate. $1 sucks compared to the $1 Australia is 65 cents. Yeah, so a little smaller. That's what I thought. Hassan is one of the most toxic left-leaning individuals on the internet, actively in opposition to Democrats in nearly every way. I'm not sure that's true. I'm not sure that's true. I feel like Hassan is critical of Democrats in a lot of ways. But like actively in opposition, I'm not sure about that one. And at the end of the day, like I was saying this with in my conversation with Non-Fawn, and I've been saying this a lot lately. Like, I think it's probably good to pull the Overton window to the left a bit right now. All right. I don't think that the far left, or like people who are, ostensibly on the far left, the Hassans and stuff, I don't think they're not gonna dive us into a communist revolution anytime soon. Okay. Like, I think we can pull the Overton window. There's plenty of room to move left right now. Plenty of room to the left, okay? Fundamentalist Christians are on the same track as Taliban. Definitely on the same track. Luckily, pretty far behind on the track, but definitely on that same track. Atlantean Daenerys is what I call Australian dollars. Australia isn't real. Okay, I gotcha. Christianity has more power, so net-wise it's more influential. Even if we see the new influx of Muslim conversions. Sure. What was the base take? Was it me? Destiny makes some bad, edgy jokes sometimes. Hassan roots for terrorists and calls for the downfall of capitalism. Let me say Hassan roots for terrorists. I was watching was it Prime Kai? Was it Prime Kai hosted a panel about the Destiny drama, the recent Destiny drama? And like Doobie, I think, was making a compelling case. Like, if like there are, I don't know, I feel like I mean, the world's a scary place. Okay, like sometimes bad shit is done by people with good intentions, and sometimes people are trying to stop bad things in bad ways. And I'm not convinced that like there's less terrorism happening, or like I think it's perfectly reasonable to consider what's happening in Gaza to be terrorism. Right? And so if people are trying to stop that and using violence to stop that, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I it's complicated, I guess, but I have a hard time like being so dogmatically like, I feel like the word terrorist here is like, it feels like a conversation ender. And this whole like downfall of capitalism thing, like I mean, like, he's very, very critical of capitalism, but he's also like obviously like a super rich dude. I don't feel like he wants to give up being rich, dude. I feel like he wants to raise his taxes. I don't know. I still wear glasses. I've been wearing these contacts for a bit too long. I actually really need to take them out. Capitalism isn't great. Capitalism has a lot of problems. He did say he wouldn't vote for Harris. He did say he also said he voted for Harris. We're talking about Hassan. Hassan literally advocates for not voting. Is that true? Clip needed. I've never heard Hassan say people shouldn't vote. I've never heard this. Never heard this take. Clip needed. Citation. Source needed. I've never heard it. He might have said it. I've just never heard it. Even if he says he voted for Kamala, he didn't encourage his audience to, because we all know Kamala would have been just as bad as Trump on Gaza. I mean, I definitely, I again, like he might have said, I wouldn't agree with him saying that, and I don't agree with that, obviously. But like, there are other issues in the world. Even if you believe that, right? Even if you believe that Kamala would have been as bad as Trump is on Gaza, which I think is something that is very, very arguable. Hassan, he said he was pro Hezbollah. I don't know enough about Hezbollah. So please don't listen to Doobie. I like Doobie. I've liked Doobie for a long time. I went on a modern day debate panel with Doobie and Hunter Avalon and Stardust, all against Nick Fuentes and Hake from the Hake Report, and Brittany from Politically Provoked, and Alex Stein, Primetime 99, sexually harassing AOC all the time. I mean, that was like 4 years ago now. I like Doobie. Tell me who to listen to. I respect the decision more of a civic duty in action if Gaza is your single issue, but voting Trump or not voting Kamala while you consider Gaza and other topics, you're nuts. Trump wants to wreck. Trump clearly hates Muslims. Yeah, that's definitely true. What's up, Indian Jesus? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Nah, Kamala would have been the same. She's not perfect choice, but this is always a pick your poison. Are you saying that he says that, or that you think she would have been the same? Is there another way when hateful ideologies clash other than violence? It's a sucky human trait. Violence begets violence, right? So it is unfortunate. I mean, it's hard to make peace when people are attacking each other, right? If only Democrats could get that vast number of non-voting public to vote for them, the non-voter base is huge. Yeah, that's true. Hassan said he wouldn't vote for Harris. Then, well after the elections, Hassan claimed he voted for her. Maybe, but you said he encouraged, or I don't know if you said. Somebody said that he encouraged people to not vote for Dems, not to vote for Harris, which is a very different thing than saying he wouldn't. And I don't even like. It depends on like when he said that, and yeah, I don't know. Literally under Trump thus far, we've already confirmed approximately 13,700 deaths in Gaza, which is more than Biden in 1 year at 11,000. That's 2,000 more, and it hasn't even been a full year. Yeah, it's crazy. It's sad. It's really, really depressing. The truth is, Ryan hopes Hassan will platform. That's why Ryan obsesses over defending Hamasabi. I don't ever see that happening. Although, I might have a bridge. There is a YouTuber, a relatively new YouTuber, Jarrett Moore, who is a comedian who recently made a couple of YouTube video essays, and one of them Hassan watched on his stream. And Jarrett Moore is actually a friend of mine, and somebody who I used to introduce at open mics back in the day. Who I used to, when I hosted open mics back in college. When I hosted an open mic back in college, I actually used to introduce Jarrett. So we go way back. You want to go back out there, huh? Oh yeah. See, he hears people moving, and he's like, "I want to be involved. I want to move. I want to move. I'm Umbreon. I'm gonna allow this time." These are gonna be crazy. But we'll see. I mean, there's a bridge there. The only Hassan video I've ever seen is the one where he reviews a South Park episode that takes a jab at another streamer. I've actually watched a decent amount of Hassan content, and like most of it is not, it's just not that crazy. Like most of it's like pretty boring. He's just like reacting to random shit, and I don't know. Hake is insane. Hake is absolutely insane. I've been on his show also. He interviewed me before. We've debated multiple times on like modern day debate and stuff. And I went on his show once. Big booty Latinas. Yes, that is a calling card of Alex Stein. Many Western governments and organizations consider Hezbollah to be a terrorist group, with the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and European. I'm not saying they're not a terrorist group, to be clear. Or I'm not like designated a terrorist group. I'm not saying that. They some are all of Hezbollah as a terrorist entity due to its history of attacks and ongoing support for terrorist activities. No, I believe they're a designated terrorist group. I know that. I know that much. I just don't know that much about like what they do or why they do it. Every stream I click on this space eventually talks about Hamasabi. Fed up of it. Sorry, buddy. I mean, he's like the base political streamer. I don't know what to tell you. Nightbot, you have no power here. I'd vote for Ryan, but I'm not American. Fair enough. I don't want to run. No, Nightbot can't have mob powers. Mocking Hassan with the Kamala would have been the same. Oh, yeah, sure. We can definitely agree that Hassan is the worst. We can't agree. We cannot agree on that. Well, you guys can agree. You and David can agree on that. I don't think Hassan is the worst. In fact, I'm very, very explicitly saying that right now, of all times, Destiny is worse optics for the left than Hassan is. And I don't think it's close. Sorry. Do you all think Jon Stewart could beat any Republican nominee easily? Probably. I do think so. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he'll run. But he probably could, yeah. I don't know why people who make content like when streamers react to their video, you gain barely any... Make content like when streamers react to their video, you gain barely any viewership. If anything, the streamer stole views from you. When I watched Jarrett Moore's video, he had 300 subscribers on YouTube. After Hassan watched his video, he went up to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I don't think it was just Hassan. I think the video also just kind of went viral on its own, which is why it eventually ended up in Hassan's queue. But I mean, when you're a small creator, like someone like Hassan watching your shit is it can make your career. On that note, I will be interviewing Jarrett next month before he drops his around the time he drops his next video. I used to watch Hassan regularly, but then I stopped after I dived into his lore and his take on a black topic. I got triggered. Sure. Evening, Gay Odyssey. Good to see you. By the way, you mentioned the other day you were my first super chat. That is true, technically. I think you were the first super chat. You're also my. You donated to my Patreon, and I just realized that money I never withdrew that. I think it's $30 from you in my Patreon. So thank you for that. Hassan is nowhere near the worst. Yeah, I don't think so at all. Hamasabi exists. Every streamer in the space got to bring him out once. You guys are talking about him. You guys do it. What am I supposed to do? I'm just reading chats. This is gaslighting. Every chat that Vikram has made is about Hamasabi. And I'm the one bringing him up. Every streamer in his space has to bring him up every 30 minutes. Quit talking about him if you don't want to talk about him. I'm just reading your fucking chats. All I've been doing this whole stream is just reading exactly what you guys say. Talk about something else if you want me to talk about something else. You want to talk about Dexter? There's a new episode in a couple nights, right? That's exciting. Big hype. Have you ever read the Dexter books? I just finished Darkly Dreaming Dexter. The first book. It's pretty good. Pretty good, Vikram. Motherfucker. Nicody, oh, I do know Jon Stewart isn't terrible with names. Now I see him know you're talking about. Yeah. Hassan's kind of stupid though. Yeah. He's just a big beefcake guy, you know. He's a himbo, and the left needs a new himbo. And I'm trying to get Buffer, you know. Soy Pill is a good candidate though. Soy Pill is a good leftist himbo. We love Soy Pill. Only know Hassan through Nux. I hate that sentence. I hate this sentence. Oh, Nux is super annoying. I don't like that guy at all. I don't like anything I've ever seen from him. Yeah. He does a lot of political things actually. Like real, like he's spoken in front of Congress a few times, advocating for really meaningful stuff, I believe. What was the black? Yeah, it's a good question. Because I love you, Ryan, deeply and severely. Severely is an interesting word there, but yes, same. Have you considered what 2026 will be? Probably a gay odyssey. I'm hyped for Dexter. Me too, man. Probably in faking gay if it's up to me. Fair enough. Dexter has been terrible after season 1. This is someone who has not watched Dexter Resurrection. This is a Dexter Resurrection non-viewer right here. We've identified someone who has not watched Dexter Resurrection. We've got you, Corinth. We know you haven't watched Dexter Resurrection because nobody who's watching Dexter Resurrection right now would ever say this. Dexter Resurrection is so fucking good. It is probably the best that show has been since the early seasons. I recommend that you watch Dexter. It's a good show. Haven't read any of the books, but I will. Yeah, I just finished. I got the Audible, the audiobook. He was downplaying the homophobia issue within the black community and shielded behind racism. I'm a gay black guy, so that pisses me off because of my experience and many others. Sure. Yeah. That's fair. Coder's only topics are homicide and toxic Hassan leftism. You think so? No, I'm just reading your chats. Why are you complaining? You got okay. If my streams are 99% me just reading your chats, right? Just reading what you guys say. You have so much control over what I talk about, more than almost any other streamer, more than almost any other content creator on any platform. I read almost every message. That's what I do when I come on here most of the time. And this is right now, because look, Coder stocks are going to the moon. Okay, you guys are all in early, so while you can, bring up what you guys want to talk about? While I can read every chat, take advantage. Don't bitch about what I talk about. I'm talking about whatever you guys talk about. For fuck's sake. Soy pill will be the himbo we need. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I understand what you're saying. It is good. It is very good. Actually, I don't know if I would have enjoyed the audiobook quite as much if I hadn't watched the show. If I wasn't so intimately familiar with the first couple seasons. I'm not sure I would have enjoyed the book as much, to be honest. Gay Odyssey says the black community is the most racist community in America. I'm not sure about that one. Is this disputed? The most racist community? Certainly depends on what you mean by racist there. I'm not sure about that one. Nux is a fucking moron. I endorse this statement by Z King. I agree. I think it's going to take a charismatic nominee on the Democratic side to win, and that's what has been lacking since Obama. I don't know if Newsom could pull it. Yeah, I'm not sure. He's definitely been making some good moves lately. I really like his meme energy. It's incredible how much content a brainlet like him can put out. Yeah, it really is. My fiance's bi brother was disowned by his mom after coming out. That's sad. Sorry to hear that. I'll be looking into what Jon Stewart is doing more closely now. I like him. I'd be interested in what he does. Yeah, highly recommend it. Never seen Dexter, only clips. It's good. Really good show. Especially the newest season. The Dexter Resurrection. It's kind of a reboot, continuation. Dexter New Blood was a series that happened in between like the original Dexter series and Dexter Resurrection. And New Blood has a lot of mixed reviews. I liked it enough. It was underwhelming. But Resurrection is a whole different thing, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's like really, really, really fucking good, really good TV. No, Nikoti is anti-Discord, I believe. Does this mean I can get you to talk about physics? Yeah. Coder will shave his hair for money. Read this. That'd be a lot of money. I really like my hair. It'd have to be a lot of money. I don't know about that. That have to be a big ass dono. I'm gonna go check on Umbreon. Are you stuck again, buddy? Look at this boy. Isn't it neat? Coder stonks and Umbreon stonks. Double stonks. My good weenie boy. Okay. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. He advocated for the 9/11 first responders in the Senate hearings. Yeah. That was really cool. This is what you want to play with? Major W, John Stewart. I like aggressive Ryan. I like aggressive Ryan too, but I'm chilling. Discord seems like it can be too much drama, so I'm not big on it for that reason. Fair enough. Live your life. Live your life, King. Look, I was watching a video and this weird blue thing started narrating the news. It now appears in my feed constantly. Oh, and you're talking about Nux. My top 2 for 2028 right now are Newsom and Buttigieg. That's fair. I could see them. I liked New Blood quite a bit, but no one else did. Yeah. I enjoyed it enough. I wasn't like blown away by it, but I didn't hate it at all. You know, I kept watching. This is how I know of the blue guy. The Bye Brother has to learn how to abuse his family. It's how you deal with homophobic loved ones. I don't know if I'd frame it quite like that, but there's something to it. There's something to it. I like Ryan's hair too. Thank you, Z King. Appreciate that. Attacked by the cats. Very, very often happens to him. Buttigieg is my homie. Respect. Can if you get wrapped up in other people's stuff, Nico, which is strangely easy to do. So yeah, probably better off not on there. I just try to stay out of direct entanglements. Me too. I'm in a lot of different servers, but I do try to stay out of like, you know, personal dramas that manifest there. Yeah, I like Pete. I didn't used to like Pete, but it was because I was like, you know, like fed a bunch of like ostensibly far left, like the whole like pizza fed kind of meme. I like Newsom, but Sam Harris says because of GOP lies, 49 states hate Newsom. That's probably true. Probably true. Sam Harris is generally right about the Republican Party, for the most part. Crystal Meth Balls got on my nerves with how she went after Pete. Crystal Meth Balls, that's a crazy nickname. I lost respect for her after she went Russian shill. Yeah, we don't like that. Too far from me. Yeah, I don't know if I try. She does some good journalism. So yeah, sometimes I feel like I need to take like her coverage with a major grain of salt. Newsom is like the face of California, and conservative Midwesterners fucking hate California. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I love Kyle. I have a lot of respect for Kyle. Kyle's been standing on business like the whole time, you know, for years. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that heat with you, Z King. I am a Kyle stan. I remain a Kyle stan. I've been a Secular Talk fan for a long time. I don't always love everything he says, but like I don't love all anybody says, you know. I think generally his heart's in the right place. He has pretty good analysis of things. I used to like Sam Harris. I've seen a few. I've gotten a few like waking up or ads for his Waking Up app in my Instagram feed lately. And I used to enjoy like his waking up stuff like a lot. Like it was the first time I like got turned on to kind of any sort of like meditation thing or like awareness just like that kind of breathing exercise stuff. Like being and like that stuff that like turned me on to more like Alan Watts and Ram Dass and these characters. But yeah, Sam Harris, I didn't like that he came with like all the Western chauvinism stuff. I didn't like that. I don't like some of the stuff that, and also he really hates like he's like got this hate boner for like the gender ideology, which I know I was saying this earlier. People say the phrase gender ideology, and what they mean is like trans issues. I feel like the gender ideology I'm concerned about is like heteronormativity. Like that's the gender ideology that like is like a problem in my opinion. Can I go back out? You really run this whole stream, huh? You're just in charge, 24/7. You can do whatever you want. He's the boss of me. Sam Harris is a good guy. More or less. More or less. The way people like Crystal and Chink after Buttigieg really burned a bridge with me for what little that's worth. That's fair. I'm getting sleepy. Sam Harris is based on atheism, Islam, etc. I don't know anything about foreign policy. He's more right wing than me on immigration and more centrist than me. I am left of him. Yeah, that's fair. I also saw respect for Sam Harris during COVID and his comments about Biden's son. Interesting. I don't know if I heard those comments. Yeah, Anna. Oh man, Anna Kasparian. I have a hate crush on Amy Dangerfield, who does a show with Anna. I have his book about free will somewhere still, but recently he's wow. Yeah, whenever he's talking about Trump, he's like usually pretty based. But tell him to say to his mom, when you're old, nobody loves you. I'm going to let you lay in your own pee and call the police when you get loud. Jesus Christ. Yeah, maybe. That meditation, yeah, waking up. It's cool. I had to stop. I don't know. Whenever because I listened to a lot of Sam Harris's podcast for like a couple of years back, probably like 2017, 2018, and then like the more I heard him talk about like the more his like anti woke stuff, like it just really turned me off. Really turned me off to him, and like I couldn't enjoy that kind of less political stuff as much because it was like still I associated his voice with those other bad takes. Or takes that I perceive as bad takes anyway. He always looks high as fuck. That's funny. He should have stayed in his lane and away from politics. Yeah, he's really good about all the meditation stuff. My philosophical daddy. We love Alan Watts here. I'm a huge Alan Watts fan. Actually, haven't listened to him in a long time. I usually listen to the Ram Dass, the 24/7 stream. I think you know the one, Fuzzy. I think we used to share that in one of the Discord servers. I literally just got charged my annual fee for my Making Sense sub. That's funny. He's definitely a boomer there. He has some points, but overall on that topic, very boomer. Yeah. I defend Sam's comments on Hunter Biden every day of the week. Maybe. Her take is hilarious. Lindy Lee is the worst. I can't stand her. I haven't really watched it. I know Pisco and Aaron cover it, and I love them. But I haven't really watched a lot of it. Yes, we love the Ram Dass 24/7 stream. Absolutely goated. All right. Final memes. I'm gonna turn. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rest my voice just a little bit. I'm gonna let some more chats come in. I'm gonna turn the music up just a little bit. Switch over to night driving. I'm just gonna do a little bit of. I'm gonna vibe code something. Yeah, or just any topics, any final things you want to cover. I'm gonna vibe code something. Let's see. I don't know what yet, but that's part of the fun, right? Hop into my tools, canvas. I'm streaming right now. You're on stream. Say hi, but also show what you've got. Build the coolest single file HTML5 app you can imagine. Use whatever CDNs you deem appropriate. Really have fun with it. Make it colorful. Make it creative. Make it radical. Something educational, but fun. And maybe even a little silly, because learning is radical. Ryan is a naughty guy, I suppose. Try to relate to people as people. Obviously, experiences are different based on your birth year forward. I remember things that younger people will never know, but you'll see things I'll never see. Sure. Republicans, you've activated my trap card. 2028 election, which allows me to drain all hope from you. Oh, God. Do you hate the shift key? Not really. No, I like the shift key. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We got here. Oh, do we have errors? No. Oh, look at that. Wait. Oh, no. My screen just went black. Okay. Okay, we're good. Cosmic Sound Explorer. All right. When did I not use it? I'm a Libra. Big Libra energy here. I'm recently getting into space racism myself. I don't fuck with cancers anymore. No offense if anybody's a Cancer here, but y'all can't be trusted. Yes, you can share yours. Even if you're a Cancer, maybe you're one of the good ones. But yeah, I'm a Libra. I'm right on the cusp. My birthday is next month. I hope the things younger people will see are mostly good things. That's how it goes. We all have a timeline. Sure. Yes, Team Libra. We love Team Libra. I think the astrology hate is forced. I think a lot of people have like this whoa. Sounds. It's cool. No, I think it's forced. I think people have this perception of like especially I think there's like a sexist element to it, where like a lot of women like astrology. I think there's a perception that they all like, they view it as like a kind of, they view it as something that's almost like scientific in a sense. Yeah. That is to say that that like women who are really into astrology, they think that, or like people perceive them as thinking that they can use it to like make real decisions. And there are some people who do this, right? But I think there's a lot of people, a lot of women who just think it's fun. They just think it's fun. And it's kind of vibey. It's like your like Hogwarts houses. Like there's something to it, but it's not like it's not that deep. It's just like a really fun thing. I think most people. Yeah, it's fun and interesting. I like seeing what my like horoscope says. Like it's usually just like general good advice. Like regardless of which one you look at, like it's almost always going to be useful good advice. Sometimes it lines up with stuff going on in your life because it's common things that people deal with. I don't know. I think it's just fun. People like really hate it. It's sexist to say women like astrology. No, it's not. More women like astrology than men like astrology. Come on. Let's be real. Let's be so for real right now. Let's be so fucking for real right now. Women are way more likely to like astrology than men. This is nobody disputes this. You're lying if you dispute this. Okay, now make something completely different. You're saying I should have used shift there instead of just caps lock? I have a deep disdain for all things pseudoscience. Yeah, but why? Like why do you hate fun? I loved that. I used to always do that. I want to pet Scorpion because I'm a Scorpio. I want to pet Libra because I'm a Libra. Scorpions are cool. Someone did my whole chart on analysis one time. It was fairly spot on. Yeah, it tends to be. It's good stuff. I have nothing wrong with people having fun with it, but I also know some people believe that where and when you were born determines everything about your life. A la astrology, gene keys. Yeah, I think people take it like there's definitely people who take it too far, but I think the majority of people who use it, they just like really have fun with it. Where is your research, Ryan? Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. I have love for as much info as possible. All right, this looks cool. I don't know what's going on here, but what the hell? Look at this. I can save the image too? What? This is cool. I'm gonna share this link with you all. It's fancy. So cute, Bobby. Look how cute this is. Vikram says, there's no truth to astrology. It encourages people to believe false things. But if you treat astrology as a meme, then it's harmless. I feel like I'm agnostic on whether there's any truth to astrology. So this sentence, it's like saying there's no truth to Hogwarts houses. Like there is something to it. Might not be accurate for everyone. Might not line up with everybody in a realistic way, but there's something there, and it's fun. It's fun to play with. It's fun to explore. It's fun to think about. It's fun to see the different advice that's generated each day. What is it? I have no idea. But learning is radical. And we can randomize it. I used to be with a holistic guy who believed in crystals, so I called him my crystal daddy. Love that. Today's Libra read is Libra. Your intuition is increased today to the point where you feel like a mind reader. Like you could deduce the thoughts and motives of people you've never met before. Huh. Thinking about my day, there's something to that. I felt very intuitive today. I felt very in touch. It's very interesting. I feel very attuned today, so. Reading about news events might bring sudden insights as to how they're going to turn out. You could decide to put this ability to work advancing your financial condition. Do this if you can. Well, you know what will help affirm this horoscope for me is if you donate with super chats, get Radical Coder channel memberships, other financial support is also encouraged. That's the best way to do it. Your insights are probably correct. That's right. My insights are correct, especially with the ones saying you should donate and like the stream. Like the stream. My insights suggest you should like the stream. I'm actually going to lose my mind. Relax. Relax. Oh, it's that. Okay. We love an intuitive Ryan. We do. We do. We really do. Astrology short shared in Discord. Let me see. Puppy dog. It's okay. Astrology crashes the science party. Okay, this is going to be fun.
Hey, physics. Cool party. Yeah, looks like almost everyone showed up. This is so fun. Look at us forming bonds. You didn't invite, you-know-who, though, did you? No, you can relax. I think she's at some sort of crystal healing retreat anyway. Q. Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late. I requested a ride, and it both arrived and never showed up, so... How? I got Schrodinger's cab. Oh. That'll do it. You guys want a slice of pie? Math brought it. Yeah, there's plenty to go around. Thank you. No, it can't be. Cousin. Nope. No, we are not related. Who invited her?
Psychology.
Look, I thought you were the same person. I'm sorry. Babe, you need to loosen up. It's giving Sagittarius. It's giving Mars in the 7th house. Stop, okay? This party is for sciences. And last time I checked, your little personality quizzes are not peer-reviewed. Chill. We're the same, me and you. We both make people look up at the stars. It's just that I'm fun and approachable, whereas you are less so. Okay, I can't do this. Have a good night, everyone. I'm out of here. No, come on, astronomy. I don't see why you should let one person ruin your whole... Grab your telescope, we're leaving. Hey, physics. Cool party.
Subscribed. That's a good meme. Good memes. It's not you. Yeah, YouTube's been blocking all your chats. I'm sorry. Yeah, David, what's your sign? No one in this crowd is going to get that reference except me. Yeah, I don't know what you were referring to. Gemini. The alchemy meme was funny. Yeah, definitely subbed up. Another one, even cooler. Something that shows the astrology haters in my chat why astrology is actually kind of fun and chill if you don't take it too seriously. And maybe even if you sometimes do. Take it seriously, that is. This is all purely to harass KO Dave. StreamYards? What about it? I gotta yell at you now? No, you don't, because we're shutting down soon. I'm almost done. Save it. Save your thoughts. Write them down. Radical star map, a cosmic vibe check. Look at this. No, I was thinking about it, but I'm not. I've been going for a long time, and my voice, I'm starting to get. Whenever I stream for more than a few hours, it's because I sit here and I just read all your chats over, right? And so like my voice starts to get worn out pretty easily. Whereas Johnny Carson used to do this thing on his show where he said the answer, then opened the envelope with a question, called himself the Great Carsony. Oh, there you go. Here is our radical star map. Z King says, I guess one reason I found astrology so interesting growing up is because I was a Beyblade kid, and the Bays are based off constellations. I didn't know that about Beyblade. But yeah, I liked Beyblade. I wasn't like a Beyblade kid, but I liked Beyblade. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. Yu-Gi-Oh, well, Pokemon mainly. I've always been I'm still a Pokemon kid, but I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I still have like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. But look, we got these different constellations here. So let's click on them. We got Aries here, the cosmic trailblazer, all gas, no brakes, thinks with their heart and acts with their fists of passion. Chill trait is unstoppable enthusiasm. Serious trait is a natural born leader, courageous. Oh yeah, Metabots. I like Metabots. Batman Forever was dope. Here's Scorpio. Someone said they were Scorpio earlier. I think it was Z-King, right? Looks mysterious and intense, and they are. A human lie detector with a heart of gold reserved for a chosen few. Here we got the Libras. Loves harmony, beauty, and justice. Hates making decisions. So real. So real. I think. I can't really decide if I love making decisions. If I love making decisions or if I hate making decisions. One day I'll figure it out. Can see every side of an argument, which is both a blessing and a curse. Perfectly balanced, as all things must be, unfortunately. A natural diplomat and peacemaker. Come on. Am I not? Am I not? Could there be a more accurate horoscope for me? Gracious, fair-minded, social? Come on. Come on. They got my number, dude. One time, when I was in college, I went to a party, and there was a girl there. And I was like anti-astrology at the time. I was in Kyoto mindset. I was like, fuck astrology, right? And I walked up to this girl because she was talking about astrology or something. I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but I challenged her. I was like, oh yeah? Well, I'm a Libra. So what does that say about me? And she was like, oh, you're probably like really sociable, really outgoing. And I was like, well, damn. That's real. And I'm still friends with her. How do you figure out your sign? Just Google your birthday. My dad loves Evel Knievel. I love Hot Rod. Loved Evel Knievel. I love Hot Rod. I like to party. Don't. Once you do, you can never come back. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the cult. I mean, come on. Come on. Sometimes it just cooks. Any Capricorns in chat? Any Sagittariuses? Yeah. Just ask good or God or Google. Probably Google. I'm assuming you meant Google. Taurus. All right, let's see if we can find Taurus. Oh, here we are. The universe's comfiest couch, stubborn about snacks, naps, and loyalty, has impeccable taste. A master of relaxation. Reliable, patient, and devoted. What do you think? What do you think? Is this applicable? Do you feel represented? Okay, Dave, let us know. Nicody says they're just a Gemini. Just a Gemini. Where's Gemini? Cancers. Maybe a bit. We got him. We got him. We got him. New pseudoscience fan. Hey, buddy. Welcome back. We got him. Where's Gemini? I don't know what Gemini looks like on here. It's Taurus. Is it up here? No, it's Cancer. Gemini has 100 tabs open in their brain at all times. Can talk about anything and everything. Might be two people in a trench coat. My son's astrology sign is Cancer, and my daughter is a Virgo. Cancer's got a tough shell, protecting a gooey, sentimental center. Will cry during a commercial, but also fight for their friends. What do you think, Nikoti? Do you feel represented? Don't fucking at me. What Yu-Gi-Oh decks do you like playing? I like playing with my sharks. I don't. It's a really old. Like it's like before all the crazy shit, like all the weird mechanics. I don't know a lot of those, but it's just a bunch of trap cards. It's a bunch of trap cards, a bunch of like 4-star, like 1700 plus attack point. So like things that can hit hard and fun trap cards to fuck with people. Basically, a Jinzo would really wreck me. Okay, one more. This one saying goodnight to my chat in the most creative way imaginable. Seriously, go crazy. Make it fun and radical and stuff. I don't know. I'm tired. Just vibe coding. It's vibes. It's just vibes. It's literally just vibes. Believe me, Jinzo isn't relative in the current meta. I don't doubt it. I doubt that most of my cards are relative. I doubt most of my cards are in the Radical Dreamcatcher. Ooh, this will be fun. Baby Umbreon, what's up, Kissy Cat? Good to see you. We're about to close out, but thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you so much. We're about to get a Goodnight visual novel. Yeah, I think so. Dream radically. Let's check it out. Dream radically. Click and drag between the stars to reave your soundscape. Yo. Okay, so it's how does this work though? It needs like a play button, I think. Let's go back. Add a play button to play whatever constellations have been selected. Yes, baby Umbreon, baby Umbreon. Should we get the boy?
That's you. Should I get you? No, I'm not. The sweet boy.
We got a sweet doggy. Dream radically. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by Umbreon? I'm wearing my Umbreon shirt too. Here he is. Right here. He's looking at him. All right. Let's try this again. Kind of dope. Kind of fucking dope, to be honest. gonna share this with you guys so you can make your own dreamscapes. David says, "What a precious Prince of Darkness, the one and only Prince of Darkness." That's my boy. Yes, I'll put you down, buddy. It's okay. Cody says, "Someday you have to adopt him, buddy." Yeah, he needs an Espeon. He does need an Espeon to his Umbreon. Or maybe someone else. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll find one that matches another evolution, right? I feel like Espeon is like the natural choice. Thanks, Kissy Cat. Enjoy it. Needs more semitones. Well, with that, I think we're gonna close out for the night. I'll post in the Discord if I hop on any panels or anything, but I think I'm pretty sleepy, so I think I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna snuggle my Umbreon and have a good night. I hope you all do the same. And what if I name my next dog Charizard? I encourage you to do it. Thanks again, Defnot. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate all of you being here. I have the best chatters. I have the best chat. Let's be honest. We have the best chat. We have the most radical chat on the internet by far. Objectively. Sounds a bit like Hal trying to learn on a Casio keyboard. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Rest easy. Drink some water. Keep learning. Learning is radical. Never forget. Never forget learning is radical. Oh, sorry. Before I let you go, I need to see aw, thanks, Defnot, for the $2 super chat. Saying bye, puppy. Bye bye, Umbreon. That's for you. That's for you. We'll make sure that goes to the doggy treat fund. Thank you so much, Defnot. Appreciate your support always. But I need to see. Yes, good night, stay rad. I need to see who's live so I can send you guys somewhere. And you can tell them about how radical learning is. Yes, major W from Defnot. Redirect to. Let's see. Let's see. RGP. No. Pisco or Straterade? What do you think? Let's do Straterade. Pisco's got more viewers. Sending you guys a Straterade. Tell Aaron that I said learning is radical. Stay rad. Learning is radical. Tell her Radical Coder sent you. Good night, everyone. Appreciate you so much. Again, learning is radical. Drink water. Love yourselves. See you next time.